Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, Panther Nation, and welcome to this special edition live streaming event of Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. I'm Joe Roberts, alongside me, play-by-play man extraordinaire, Ross Norwood. We are at Liberty City Park for 24A baseball action between the visiting Hardin-Jefferson Hawks and your Liberty Panthers. Today, a change in venue, trying to get ahead of this weather that's on its way.
He is on the mound. Maddox Herod will be the first baseman and hitting fifth. Hitting sixth, Cole Chasson at third base. The sixth-hole hitter is Brighton Abney, the right fielder. Hitting seventh, Jacob Milam in left field. Hitting eighth, Hayden Landry. He'll be behind the plate. And hitting ninth, Jackson Youngblood. And somehow I've transcribed something wrong. He is not the third baseman. He is going to be the center fielder. So, for the visiting Harden-Jefferson Hawks, the top three, Statler, Samoff, McLeod. The middle three, Herod, Chasson, Abney. And the bottom three, Milam, Landry, and Youngblood. That is for Hardin-Jefferson. I guess you're wanting the Liberty ones. Although we're about to get started, we'll go over the Liberty lineup.
All right, Ross, one thing I forgot to ask you, did you bring your crowd mic? He did. He pointed at me. That's affirmative. All right, well, he did.
Unless I took it out of my bag,
well,
which
we'll
is
see.
didn't happen.
Well, hey, I definitely see a mic.
The joys of here is the Cable Joe, and we'll get set as the warm-up pitches are happening for Liberty. Going over the Liberty defense in left field, Peyton Freejay. Almost said Bruce Mullinex in center field, but that's his dad. It will be Caden Mullinex in center field. The right fielder today is Cade Jordan. Around the infield for the Panthers at third base, Leighton Kirkland. The shortstop is going to be Frankie Mares. At second, Ethan Hoffmeister. The first baseman, Grady Silva. Behind the plate is Cody Sandifer, and he will be catching the pitcher for Liberty, Casper Eccles. So as we get ready to go on a overcast afternoon at Liberty Municipal Park, the throw from Sandifer down to second, and we will be underway here in just a moment as it makes its way around the infield. And standing in for Hardin-Jefferson is Garrett Statler. Statler, a right-handed batter. Navy top, gray pants, and navy helmet. He stands in with two batting gloves, compression sleeve on his right arm. Holds the bat up, and the first pitch over his head for a ball. Maybe he was just trying to see if he was paying attention.
Well, as the great Bob Uecker once said, that's just a bit outside or a bit above his head.
That was a little bit ahead, over his head. The right-handed batter ready for the 1-0. Eccles throws this one in, and it is high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter for Harden-Jefferson, Garrett Statler. Statler holds his hands about shoulder high out in front of him, and he is ready for the 2-0. And that's low for a ball. And 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter for Harden-Jefferson. Eccles looks in, winds, and delivers a 3-0. And that one's going to miss in off the plate, and it will be an opening walk. A leadoff walk is what we would call it, not an opening walk.
Well, I like your phraseology, though. Opening walk. It sounds like a dance.
So with a runner on first base, nobody out in the top of the first inning, Ryan Samhoff will stand in. He's a left-handed batter, Slightly open batting stance. A lot of movement with his hands as he waits for the first pitch across for a ball. Yellow batting gloves. Looks like he's got some new cleats as they are bright white. Overcast day, no score, nobody out, 1 on, the 1-0. And that is low for a ball. And that is 6 consecutive balls from Eccles, and that's going to bring out the head coach.
A little reminiscent of Blair Henley last night for the Astros.
Yeah, you always he's going to be pumped up because it's a major league debut. But then there was a little bit extra that he grew up in Fort Worth, so he had a bunch of friends and family, and really could not get it under control. But luckily they bailed him out, and he didn't pick up his first loss as a major leaguer.
No, I thought they did a great job of bouncing back.
Kirkland in on the grass at third. Runner at first. Statler gets his lead. Not a very big lead. Working out of the stretch is Eccles. He delivers the first pitch, and it is low. Sandifer has to slide to his left and keeps it in front of him. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. With a runner on, nobody out. Top of the first inning. Liberty and Hardin-Jefferson. Eccles stares in for the sign, has it set at the belt, and delivers. And that's across for a strike. Looked like about knee high.
Well, that'll feel good, get that first strike. Hopefully that'll settle him down a little bit.
Eccles ready to deliver the 3-1. Runner goes. This ball hit in the air out into left field. It sends Freejay back. Freejay off his glove, gets against the wall, now under the wall as he raises his hand. It'll be a ground rule double. And he was having a hard time with that one as he kept carrying on him.
Well, that ball definitely went a little further than it sounded like it was going to go. I thought it was just going to be a really high pop-up just outside of the dirt, and it just kept on going and going. And Freejay had trouble playing it as well. Kind of hard to take it over the shoulder like that.
And you could just tell that ball just carried and carried. Now with 2 runners on in scoring position in the top of the first inning and nobody out, Luke McLeod stands in, right-handed batter, hands at the helmet. The first pitch to him way outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. As Eccles labors through here, nobody out in the top of the first inning. Runner at third walked. The runner at second. A ground rule double. The 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Eccles takes his hat off and readjusts, stands behind the rubber. Gets on. Straight up, stares in, gets the sign, comes set at the belt. Runners at second and third, the 2-0. That's across for a strike. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody out in the top of the first inning. Harden-Jefferson threatening with runners at second and third. Eccles has his sign and delivers. That's outside as Sandifer tried to bring it in, but just a little far outside, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Action in the Liberty bullpen. Get that name for you here in a minute. The 3-1. And that's going to miss low and inside, just above the shoe tops, and the bases will be loaded with nobody out.
Well, it's going to prompt Sandifer to go out there and have a chat with his pitcher. Again, he said it, I think he hit the nail on the head a while ago, Ross. It's a tough situation to be in. Hasn't pitched a whole bunch, not one of their top 2 guys. Kind of tough to come in, and the game start is way earlier than they're normally used to playing.
Cade Carter throwing in the pin for Liberty along the left side of the field, just beyond the Liberty dugout. Liberty Municipal Park, no score, but Hardin-Jefferson has the bases loaded, nobody out. And the cleanup hitter, Maddox Herod. The first pitch to Herod is in for a strike, a nice pitch at the bottom of the zone. And Eccles ahead 0-1. First batter he's been ahead of today. Nobody out in the top of the first inning, no score, but the bases are loaded. Here comes the 0-1. And he gets the call on the outside third of the plate. A nice job by Sandifer to frame that one up for the umpire.
Eccles is really getting some nice movement on the ball. He's just having a hard time getting the spots, and that time he got it right.
0-2. Tipped foul. Just stays alive.
Well, Sandifer took that one right off his toe box, and even with the leg guards, that still does not feel good.
No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Top of the first inning. Bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. And that one's way over his head as Harrod has to duck under.
Well, that was a breaking pitch that just did not break.
So a ball and 2 strikes to Harrod. Time has been called. And it looks like there was a loose baseball. That baseball getting rolled over to the Liberty dugout, and it looked like it may have been out for a couple of years, as it was not white. More of a brownish color. Here comes the 1-2. This ball tapped foul down the first base side, and that was close.
That was fortuitous for the Panther defense. Silva, he's off the bag pretty far, and, man, about a foot, and that would have been probably a double.
Bases loaded, nobody out, top of the first inning. Harden-Jefferson threatening with their cleanup hitter. Eccles delivers the 1-2. In the dirt, nice block by Sandifer. And that keeps the runner at third. Runner at third walked. A ground rule double put the guy at second. And a walk. That accounts for all the base runners. Bases loaded, a 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2. This ball smashed foul and just off the Liberty dugout on the third base side. Out in front of that pitch. Eccles has his sign, pitching from the wind, the 2-2. Inside, Sandifer has to slide quickly to his left. Runners at every base. Nobody out, top of the first inning. A full count now to the cleanup hitter, Harrod. The wind and the pitch. This ball elevated into the air into left field. Mares from short gives chase in shallow left near the line. Makes the catch. And that will be the first out of the inning. A big first out. Now a ground ball could get you out of this mess.
Well, that is the best case scenario. Casper Eccles fighting for his life through the first 3 or 4 batters, and then he can get himself settled under control, gets that first out, and then it's a whole different half-inning story.
Cole Chasen, the batter, right-handed batter. The first pitch to him is high. Hardin-Jefferson, Navy tops, white letters with red outline, Navy helmets, gray pants with a stripe down each pant leg. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Runner on every base, top of the first inning, 1 out. No score. The 1-1.
Oh.
And it catches the outside corner.
Nice spot, similar to what he got a while ago.
And
nice curveball.
He wins that leverage pitch as the count goes to 1-2. 1 out. Bases loaded. No score. The 1-2. Outside. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carter continues to throw in the Liberty pen on an overcast day. Little wind coming.
Thanks, Mr.
Yeah.
Shatner.
2-2. Swing and a miss and a big strikeout as he swung right through that one. And now 2 away. The base is still loaded. First strikeout for Eccles, and that brings up Brighton Abney. Sixth hitter of the inning. Eccles winds and delivers. That's across for a strike, a big strike one with 2 away in the top of the first inning. The base is loaded and no score.
I think we're going to have to get that young man a new hat. That's about the 3rd time it's fallen off. On
the 0-1 runner comes home. He is safe. He steals home. Head first slide. Throw was a little outside. And it is 1-0 Hardin-Jefferson. The two runners move up, and scoring was Statler. So he will get a stolen base, a rare home plate stolen base. And he came moving as soon as Eccles started the wind.
Well, he took advantage of the pitcher on that time. He really wasn't expecting that. Kind of slow in his delivery.
So runners at second and third, 1-0 Liberty, top of the first inning. The 0-1. Actually, that would be the 1-1, and that pitch falls out of the zone, but he swings on it. And it is a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. This ball sent in the air. Shallow right field. Jordan, a one-handed catch, and that'll retire the side. They load the bases. They get one across. We are through half an inning. It is 1-0 Hardin-Jefferson.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing here at Liberty City Park. And after a half inning of action, the Hawks of Hardin-Jefferson leading Liberty 1-0. And Ross, it could have been much worse. The Panther defense loading the bases up, no outs, and they only gave up 1 run.
That is a huge win for Liberty, and that's something that Hardin-Jefferson hopes as this game goes on they don't get to look back on and say what could have been. And pitching for Hardin-Jefferson, got it right here, Luke McLeod. McLeod, a right-handed pitcher, set the defense for Hardin-Jefferson. Milam is the left fielder. Center fielder Youngblood, Abney in right. Around the infield, Jason at third. Statler, the shortstop, at second base. Samoff, Harrod at first. Behind the plate, Landry, of course, catching McLeod. Leading it off for your Liberty Panthers, Caden Mullinex, the center fielder. Liberty in their gold tops, black letters and numbers. A Panther just above the number on the back of the jersey. White pants. Mullinex stands on the left side. Open batting stance. Drops down a bunt. Coming off the mound is McLeod. McLeod on to first just in time to get Mullinex.
Well, a lot of great things happened right there, Ross. Number one, that was a great bunt. Number two, that was a great sprint down to first. But more importantly, that dig by the first baseman was amazing. Harrod right there all the way, and that doesn't happen often, at this level anyway.
One out, bottom of the first inning. Liberty trails Hardin-Jefferson 1-0, and Ethan Hoffmeister stands in, the right-handed batter. Looks at the first pitch from McLeod away. Hoffmeister. The 1-0. And that one is in there, just above the knees. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. The third baseman, Chasen, playing in on the grass. The 1-1. And that is away, backhanded by the catcher. 2 balls and a strike to Hoffmeister. 1 away in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Hardin-Jefferson. Hoffmeister fouls this sharply back into the screen. Not a lot of action on the ball fields, the Little League fields, beyond the outfield here and across the lake. Across the lake.
Lake-ish.
2-2. It's high, and he's worked the count full as McLeod gets back on the rubber. McLeod, even though there's no one on base, pitching out of the stretch. Lifts the leg, delivers the 3-2. Hoffmeister elevates this into left field. The left fielder moving over towards center makes the catch at his shoulders for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Grady Silva. Silva stands in. Batting gloves on both hands. Holds the bat, elbow down, the first pitch. This ball hits sharply to the shortstop. The shortstop on his way to second base throws quickly to first, wide throw up the first baseline, and he is safe.
Well, I am just really impressed with that first baseman. Harrod came off the bag, kind of a poor throw to him, and just a really nice little sweep tag that he tried to put on Silva. And to Silva's credit, man, you know, he doesn't look fast, but he's got those long legs. Covers a lot of ground. So
Cade Jordan stands in with 2 away in the bottom of the first inning in a 1-0 Liberty deficit. Runner at first, Grady Silva, a single infield. From the stretch, checks the runner at first, kicks and delivers. Jordan pops the first one up. This ball, the right fielder initially played back, but then had to charge in, and he makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Liberty leaves one, they get a hit. After 1 inning, it's 1-0 Hardin-Jefferson.
welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood. After an inning of action, as we head into the top of the second inning, your Liberty Panthers are trailing 1-0, and a couple of pop-outs, I guess, to end the bottom half of the first. And here we stand, Casper Eccles on the mound for Liberty. And, man, he had a bit of a rocky start to the top of the first and then settled down and got out of the inning relatively unscathed.
Well, I mean, 1-0 when you had the bases loaded and nobody out is that's about the best you can hope for, really. He was able to really recover and didn't lose it. Real chance there. He was having some problems with his control, but he got some big swings and misses and located some pitches on leverage counts and was able to turn those 1-1s into 1-2s. And it's such a big difference pitching 1-2 to a batter versus 2-1. So standing in to lead it off is Jacob Milam. Milam is the left fielder, in the first pitch from Eccles misses inside off the plate.
Well, he is really throwing that curveball a lot today. I don't know a bunch about his choices, but he loves it.
1-0, and this one is hit out into right field. Jordan going over towards center and back a few steps makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That brings up Hayden Landry. Landry, the catcher for Harden-Jefferson, right-handed batter. Has an elbow guard. One of the old, I call it the Craig Biggio elbow guards, Barry Bonds elbow guards. Wraps around the wrist, or the forearm. The 1-0. And that's in for a strike. Looked like it was about the knees. A ball and a strike, one out in the top of the second inning, 1-0 Harden-Jefferson. The 1-1. This ball shot right back up the middle between the legs of Eccles and out into center field for a base hit.
Well, as they say, that was the Kenny Loggins hit right there. You know where I'm going with that?
Mm-hmm.
The danger zone.
So with
comebacker right to the pitcher.
Oh yeah, and that was sharply struck. So the 9-hole hitter, Jackson Youngblood, who is the center fielder, will come in. Landry will depart for a courtesy runner, as he is the catcher. And pitchers and catchers afforded that privilege of a courtesy runner. Let him have some time. The courtesy runner gets his lead off first. I'll get you the name when I see the number. Bunting. Bunt is down. Eccles off the mound, fields it, plants, and throws to first for the out, going to second.
Well, that was just really solid defense from Casper. And I enjoy seeing like the basics, the fundamentals done very well. And that was a nice bunt, great field by the pitcher, nice throw over to first.
A 1-3 put out for Liberty. Courtesy runner is Brock Slocum. He's at second base. Advancing on the bunt. There's 2 away in the top of the second inning. Gunnar Statler, the leadoff hitter for Harden-Jefferson and shortstop, who's made a couple of good plays, is the batter. He walked and scored as the first pitch is across first strike. As a matter of fact, that's a little bit of an understatement. He stole home, which turned out to be fortuitous because if he had not, they would have not scored. 1-0 Hardin-Jefferson. Eccles has his sign, delivers the 1-0. Nice block by Sandefur. Sandefur comes out from behind the plate as the runner had ventured off. He gets back. Sandefur throws down, not in time. That ball on the second base side of second base, if that makes sense.
It's one thing that I love about watching Cody at catcher. He's not afraid to make snap throws. He's not afraid to go out and challenge a base runner.
Slocum, the runner at second, gets his lead. The pitch in the dirt, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Runner at second, Slocum, in a 1-0 game in the top of the second inning, 2 outs. Eccles looks into Sandefur and delivers. This ball rocketed down the third base line, but foul. As that one was about thigh high on the head coach for Harden-Jefferson.
Well, I want to say we're tucked safely here in the press box, but who knows?
Oh, Joe.
Hey, let me have this, man.
Every time I think about that, I think about a conversation John McAdams and I had in the softball press box once. The 2-2. This ball tapped foul, just getting a piece of it on the left side. We were sitting in the press box one day and just kind of talking about the screen. And the question became, yeah, it's great to have the screen, but how often is it inspected?
Well, I'll put my faith in the screen in front of us.
The 2-2. Checks the runner at second. This ball is going to be sent out into shallow right field. Gets down in front of Jordan. Jordan on, fires home. Sandefur comes up in front of the plate to cut it off. Runner scores, and the runner going to second is tagged out. That will end the inning. Harden-Jefferson scores the run before the out, and they lead it 2-0 after an inning and a half. We'll be back after this on the Panther Sports Network.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 1.5 innings, the Panthers trailing Hardin-Jefferson 2-0. A little theatrics there on the base path to end the top of the second inning. Cody Sandifer able to throw down to second, and Frankie Mares tags the base runner, but not before the runner on base was able to score. And, you know, another fine job from Casper Eccles. Again, he started off a little rough, really settled down, and if you can get your pitcher to only give up a run here and there, you're probably going to be cooking with gas. Now the next question is the offense going to respond and get going behind their pitcher?
Liberty's offense looking for their first hit. No, they did have a hit. Grady Silva had a hit in the first. He was left at first base. And Leighton Kirkland will lead it off for Liberty. Heads-up job there by Sandifer, as that throw from Jordan was up the third baseline, was not going to get the runner. And Sandifer coming out in front of the plate, cutting it off and getting the throw down to Mares quickly. And it ended the inning. Kirkland, right-handed batter, batting glove on his left hand. Waggles the bat up and down. The first pitch is a strike. He holds it horizontally and then goes up and down towards the sky. Here's the 0-1 and a big rip at it. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson. Nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Time called by the umpire.
McLeod, the pitcher for Hardin-Jefferson, has an interesting turnout, Ross. You can watch him when he gets set up. About 3/4 turn away.
0-2 misses away. Yeah, and he pitches out of the stretch, does not wind.
That's another interesting thing that you don't see too often with no one on.
Comes up, winds and delivers. Not winds, but turns and delivers, as that one's fouled off by Kirkland to the right side.
Well, if we had Edward James Olmos, he could be standing and delivering. Who knows? Come on, man. You're not going to give me anything on that? I'm over here. I'm dealing my best stuff, and I'm getting nothing, man.
A ball and 2 strikes to Kirkland. Nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Liberty trails Hardin-Jefferson 2-0. The 1-2 to Kirkland. Outside. It evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Due up for Liberty in this bottom of the second is Kirkland, Pavliska, and Free J. 4, 5, and 6. No, 5, 6, and 7. And the 2-2 misses low. It's a full count, so a good job by Kirkland to get back into this count, and he'll get a payoff pitch here in a moment. Working quickly, the 3-2. This ball is chopped over to second. The second baseman fields it, turns his body, throws to first for the first out of the inning.
Well, I know he's not going to enjoy that, Ross, but I feel like that was a win for Leighton, battling and making McLeod work for that. Anytime you can get the pitcher to throw those extra couple of pitches at you, and that's good for later on in the game.
Pavliska, the batter, right-handed batter, pink batting gloves, holds the bat straight up and looks at the first pitch for a strike. Holds his hands below his shoulders, almost reminiscent of Ken Caminiti. Slightly open batting stance, the 0-1, and he whiffs at that one, and it's no balls and 2 strikes to Pavliska. Do you see that, Joe?
As soon as you said it, I saw it.
Yeah, a little more open than Caminiti. Now pulls the hands up, and the 0-2 swing and a miss at a slider. And that is the second out of the inning, and in the bottom of the second inning, Liberty trails 2-0.
Gage is really throwing his hands out there on that. See his feet flying open on that.
First strikeout for McLeod on the afternoon. Peyton Freejay, the left fielder, stands in. Bends at the knees. And the first pitch is low for a ball. Right-handed batter, white batting gloves. Looks like a black bat with on one side and white on the other side of the barrel.
It almost looks like he's taking his golf glove out of the bag and he's stepped up to the tee box.
One 1-0 2 outs, bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. McLeod delivers the 1-0. This one is popped foul and off and out of play on the right side over the stands for Hardin-Jefferson. Hardin-Jefferson, a good crowd on hand, not a long trip for them. Liberty's got a good crowd as they continue to file in for this early start. The 1-1. High in the zone, Free-J starts but stops. And he has got himself in a hitter's count at 2 balls and a strike. Sandifer on deck with 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. A 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. McLeod delivers the 2-1. Starts to swing. The umpire says no as the appeal down to first base. Palms down. And a 3-1 count to Peyton Free-J with Cody Sandifer on deck as Sandifer, the catcher, has his shin guards on with 2 outs. Undoes a couple of straps on those. The 3-1. Peyton pops this one in the air high into center field. The center fielder coming in on it and makes the catch just below his shoulders. And that'll do it for Liberty. A 1-2-3 second inning. We go to the third, 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 2 innings of action, Hardin-Jefferson leading Liberty 2-0. And here we are moving into the top of the third. And I'm not sure where we are in the order. The 2-3-4 for Hardin-Jefferson due up here in, again, the top of the third.
Such a cloudy day, not even overcast anymore. Getting darker. This is the weather that Joe prefers.
Hey, I love this weather, but not when we're trying to get a game in. This game moved forward, what was that, 3 hours to get, and changed locations to get ahead of this thing. The Lady Panthers softball team on the road in Sour Lake, and they actually started their game at 3, so they may be done. I'm looking to see if I can get an update on that. And speaking of Lady Panthers, we will be home on Friday, 5:30 p.m. start time against West Fork, and it will be senior night for the Lady Panthers.
Eccles back out to pitch the third. Hardin-Jefferson with a 2-0 lead. Eccles pulling a Houdini in that first inning, putting the first 3 batters on, and only 1 scored. The first batter, Samhoff, takes strike 1. No balls and a strike. Left-handed batter. Lots of waggle in his bat. The 0-1. This ball is sliced out into left field. The left fielder, Free-J, back about 5 steps for the catch for the first out of the inning. Richard Ewing operating the scoreboard to my right. So if you have complaints, you know who to contact. It's not me today.
Yeah, not the digital scoreboard.
No,
Ross,
not the digital scoreboard. The actual stadium scoreboard. A big rip by McLeod there on the first pitch. Guess I should pay attention to what's going on in the game. The 0-1. Fouled into the screen above the on-deck circle on the right side. Harrod is on deck. He didn't flinch. The 0-2 from Eccles to McLeod. And that one's inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the third inning.
We got corrected a while ago, Ross. That pitch that I was thinking that Casper really loved, not his curveball, even though it had some action there looking at that ball. It's actually a knuckleball that has some curve action to it.
Yeah, that almost makes a lot of sense with all the jumping around on it. The 2-2, this one hit sharply out into center field. Mullinex on, and he cannot come up with a catch. Free J picks it up, throws it into second, and going into second base safely is McLeod.
Well, they have just done that a couple of times. And Liberty.
No, excuse me, that is McLeod as he leaves for the courtesy runner. Did not see, I don't remember what.
Looks like number 20's coming in.
Samoff did.
He flat out to left.
That's right. So a double there with one out. A 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead, and Maddox Herod is in on the right side and takes the ball.
And that was number 20 coming on to courtesy run.
Runner at second, one out. 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead in the top of the third. Eccles delivers. And he gets a strike, and that was one that Sandifer was able to reveal for the umpire. Some people, if you're the batter, you call it stealing. The 1-1. This ball popped into center field. The center fielder Mullinex comes in on it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Staying at second is going to be the courtesy runner for McLeod, Roddy. Reese Roddy. I heard Richard Ewing say Rowdy Roddy.
He's going back into the past for that one.
Yeah. So with two away in the top of the third inning, 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. Runner at second. The first pitch outside as Sandifer had to slide out to his right.
See, I'm a lot more impressed with Casper now that I know that he's throwing that knuckleball, which is why I was having trouble locating his spots early on.
The pitch. Swing and a miss.
Because that ball is insanely difficult to tell it what to do once it comes out of your hand.
2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead in the top of the third. They have a runner at second base and two away. The pitch in the dirt, backhanded by Sandifer. And it is 2 balls and a strike. Eccles looks in, brings the glove to the letters, and delivers the 2-1. And that one dives out of the zone for a ball. It's 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs. 1 on at second base. That's Roddy, the courtesy runner for McLeod, who doubled with 1 away. It's a 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. Eccles has his sign, checks the runner at second, and he's going to go back to second to try to pick him off, but he wasn't far off. He's back standing safely.
First time we've seen his pickoff move, and that's not a bad little move to second. Good job from Hoffmeister being ready for it.
3 balls and a strike. Here comes the 3-1. Outside and away, backhanded by Sandifer. Good job by Sandifer there to snag that one, though, because the runner at second might have advanced to third. So with 2 outs in the top of the third inning and a 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead, Hardin-Jefferson with runners at first and second. That is going to be the 3rd walk issued by Eccles today, the first 2 coming in the first inning. The batter is chasing. And the first pitch misses for a ball.
He was getting some love for that location early on. Probably a little high this time.
Here comes the 1-0. This ball popped. Foul. Sandifer giving chase to the screen, but it's over the screen and in the stands. Off the stands. Clank.
Be a sound effects man. I like that clank.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, as a catcher, you don't like clank.
You definitely don't like clank as a catcher.
There's a lot of different reasons. Here comes the 1-1 to Chasen. What a baseball name. 1-1. Outside. Sandifer coming out of his crouch.
I was talking to you about that before the game started. When we looked at the lineup, I thought, man, these Hardin-Jefferson squad, they're full of guys that have names that sound like they play baseball.
Right-handed batter stands on the plate and looks at the 2-1. Inside as it backs him off a little bit. 3 balls and a strike. No action right now in the Liberty Panther. Actually, I take that back. I was blocked out. Cade Carter continues to warm. The pitch. This ball tapped past Kirkland at third and into left field for a hit. They're going to wave the runner home as the throw comes home. High throw, tag down.
Wow!
Out!
Peyton Frege with the BB all the way to Sandifer.
And that throw had a lot more action on it than I thought. I thought it was more of a rainbow and wasn't going to get there in time as the runner had advanced to third. But that will do it in a huge defensive play by Peyton Frege. And Harden-Jefferson will leave 2. And after 2.5, it's 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. We are here for 24A action between the visiting Harden-Jefferson Hawks and your Liberty Panthers at Liberty City Park Field. After 2.5, Harden-Jefferson leading Liberty 2-0, and the top of the third. Wow, Peyton Frege fielding the ball pretty deep in left field and came up guns blazing all the way on a rope to Cody Sandifer, and with the tag. Man, that's one of the better defensive plays that we've seen.
Yeah, initially watching that throw come in, it was pretty high, and it had a lot more pace on it than I thought. I thought it was going to float on them a little more. And a great job by Sandifer coming up the third baseline to get that one. And he slapped the tag down on the runner just before he put his hand on the plate. So for the bottom of the third, a 2-0 Harden-Jefferson lead. The first batter for Liberty looks at strike 1. Speaking of Cody Sandifer, this is Cody Sandifer. 0-1, he swings as he reaches for that one and hits it off the end of his bat foul. I think. Sounded like it got just a tiny piece of the bat.
Not a large crowd on hand for the baseball game.
The 0-2, high chopper to third, and he lets it go foul, chasing the third baseman.
Our crowd mic isn't crowd micing right now. But again, this game about 3 hours earlier than it was supposed to be, and games before 5 p.m. That's tough for folks to get to.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about it, and they're here early.
Yeah. And as soon as
a baseball game broke out.
That's right. Now I can hear a little of the crowd.
The 0-2 to Sandifer. Fouled into the screen. Sandifer, the catcher for Liberty, has been busy today. He's got an elbow guard on his left elbow. So he stands 1 foot in the box. 1 out. Comes in, holds his hand up for time, gets set in the box. And McLeod delivers this pitch outside. A lot of compression sleeves the players are wearing these days. Don't remember that as much. White compression sleeve for Sandifer that runs right in and under his batting glove. And he takes a big rip at a pitch outside, and it is strike 3. And that will be the first out of the bottom of the third. 2-0 Harden-Jefferson lead. Harden-Jefferson getting a run in the first, which was truly remarkable, and a run in the second. They had the bases loaded and nobody out, and only gave up the run. So with 1 out, Frankie Maraz, the shortstop, stands in. The right-handed batter takes strike 1. Maraz Black bat with some white on it, white batting gloves. The 0-1 in there for a strike. About the knees. He wears, he has one of those oven mitts in his left back pocket as he takes a huge cut at that one and comes up empty. And that is 2 away for Liberty. And that will send it back to the top in Mullinex. Mullinex put down a bunt in the first inning. And a brilliant defensive play by McLeod off the mound. And Mullinex swinging at the first pitch sends it high in the air into shallow center field. And the center fielder angling in towards third base makes the catch for the third out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Liberty. Heading to the fourth, it's 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 3 innings of action, Harden-Jefferson leading Liberty 2-0 as we move into the top of the 4th inning. And up for the Hawks of Harden-Jefferson, it should be, what is that,
Jacob,
6, 7, 8? Or 7, 8, 9?
7, 8, and 9.
7,
Jacob
8, 9.
Milam. Got to see what I did wrong in my scorebook here. Mismarked the batter before. Didn't give him an out, gave him a single. So Abney, who had a single that ended the inning. Well, the single didn't, but the runner cut down by Free J did end the inning, trying to come home on a close play. Had some good defensive plays by both teams in this game so far. A 2-0 Liberty lead. Eccles winds and delivers. That pitch is in for a strike as it's framed up on the outer third of the plate. No balls and a strike. And he is swinging and fouls this one high in the air and straight back over the screen. And behind us. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. This ball, a comebacker right to Eccles. Eccles doesn't even have to leave the mound. Throws to first for the first out of the inning.
You know, I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to give props to all those guys and gals that play on the hot corners and in the mound or the circle. And you got to have some ice water in your veins with those comebackers like that. Great job from Casper.
So with 1 out and a 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead, Eccles delivers the first pitch, a ball. That is to Hayden Landry, the catcher. Landry, the right-handed batter, tips the 1-0 into the screen. So he's got the elbow guard, the big elbow guard. And then his cleats, neon green, or really mint green. Here is the pitch. It is pass. Hoffmeister dives down and stops the ball in just on the outfield grass. But he had no play as Landry was booking it down the first base line and a 1-out hit.
I tell you what, that was an incredible play from Hoffmeister to even get to the ball. I mean, he's all the way on the grass over there, gets over there and just takes an unfortunate jump on him, and he lands on it instead of getting it in his glove, or he may have been able to come up and get him at first.
It would have been a tight one. So not an infield hit, a very shallow outfield hit.
Yeah.
So with one out, a runner on first. The runner at first takes off. The first pitch is a ball. Sandifer throws down to second, not in time as Mares swipes him with the tag, but as he was popping up from his foot first slide.
Well, Sandifer had to come up, and he had to hesitate a little bit on that throw, Ross. The middle infield was not ready for him.
So runner at second, one out. Hardin-Jefferson with the 2-0 lead and the 1-0. In there for a strike. Just above the kneecaps. Sunglasses not needed for this one, even though it was a 4 o'clock start. The sun has disappeared. The 1-1 in the dirt. Nice block by Sandifer. Sandifer really impressive behind the plate. In all of the games that we've seen.
Yeah, he's done a lot of great things that we've seen.
Free J with a great throw from left field in that last inning. Here is the 2-1 with one away. And this one is chopped to the third baseman, Kirkland. Kirkland backhands it, but the umpire throws his hands up. Foul ball. And that was really close.
That was very close. I thought he was going to call that fair.
Good job by Kirkland. He had to contend with third base. So you were talking about the hot corner, sometimes referred to as coffin corner. That one was not hard hit.
No, but very bouncy. Sometimes
Kirkland,
those are worse.
The 2-2 misses away. And a full count. Runner at second, one out. Top of the fourth inning, a 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. Here comes the decision. And this ball is popped up in the air. High floater caught in foul territory by Cody Sandifer, the catcher, for the second out of the inning, and a big second out. Runner stays at second base as Youngblood is retired on the foul pop. Back to the top of the order. Garner Stadler, a walk and a single. He walked in that first inning and stole home. Here is the pitch. It's high. Sandifer jumping out. That was incredible.
Oh, yeah. I think he caught everybody in the stadium napping on that one.
From the stretch, he delivers the 1-0. And that one's too low. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, top of the fourth inning. Liberty trails Hardin-Jefferson 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. Almost hits him as he bent out of the way of that one. That one would have cut him off at the waist.
Had to play that old 70s hit, Rubber Band Man, to get out of the way of that one.
Right-handed batter, ahead in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Here comes the 3-0. Strike! Called at the bottom of the zone and on the outside corner. That one may have left some black on the baseball. As it hit the corner, here comes the 3-1. This ball sent into center field, playable. Mullinex moves a step to his left, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. They get a hit, but they leave a runner through 3.5. It is 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 3.5, we are moving into the bottom of the fourth, and Liberty, for the second consecutive defensive inning in a row, throwing a shutout, trailing Hardin-Jefferson 2-0 in this 24A district contest. One of the cool things that I love about baseball now is how they go ahead and get the series out of the way at one time. So they play on Tuesday, Friday, same team, and because of all the rules that they have for innings and pitches, you can't really hang on to your best guy and throw him against the same team a couple of times.
Well, it also has an added benefit for days like today when the scheduled home team field is not playable. It makes switching, if the other team's, the visitors team is playable, you can switch without having to make too many different.
Right. You don't have to get crazy with the calendar.
Yeah, you don't want to have to whip the calendar, that's for sure. So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, a 2-0 Harden-Jefferson lead, and the batter will be Ethan Hoffmeister. Joe, did you see the eclipse yesterday?
You know, I did not go outside to see that. What I did was...
First pitch to Hoffmeister. Hangs up on the corner outside.
I was waiting for that pitch to happen. I went over to my wall, I turned the lights off, and I turned it back on, and it said, Eclipse 2024. I have experienced you.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss as he pulls the string, and McLeod ahead in the count, 0-2. To the leadoff batter for the fourth inning, Ethan Hoffmeister. The 0-2 outside and away. Wait, outside and away.
Well, you were wrong and not right at the same time.
Whoa, here the 1-2. And this one pulled foul. And the on-deck hitter, Grady Silva, palms it there. Hoffmeister down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the fourth inning, 2-0 Harden-Jefferson lead. The right-handed batter. The 1-2. And he yanks this one outside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One thing I've noticed, Joe, in this game today is a number of Liberty batters have gotten down in the count 0-2 and gotten back in the count. Here comes the 2-2. Hoffmeister hits it sharply to short, backhanded by the shortstop who fires quickly to first, but just in time, says the umpire.
Man.
That was a bang-bang play.
About as close as you can get. I thought he was going to call him safe, and he thought about it for about a split second before he went ahead and got him, rung him up there.
The shortstop, Sattler, short-hopped to the first baseman, Harrod, but Harrod with a good pick, and the umpire right there calls him out. And there is one away for Grady Silva, nobody on. Silva, the first pitch is a strike. Dots the outside corner. 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson, bottom of the fourth. Here is the 0-1. This one a high chopper. Third baseman comes in on it quickly on the first for the out, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Well, that was a nice job by the Harden-Jefferson third baseman to charge that ball. And, man, they have done... Both their corner infielders have done a great job of digging stuff out of the grass and come up with a nice play.
So a 6-3 put out for the first out and a 5-3 put out. So the left side of the infield getting some work today. Here is Jordan. Jordan fights one off on the hands. It is foul. No balls and a strike. No action in the Liberty pen. 2 away in the bottom of the fourth inning, a 2-0 Liberty deficit. Here is the 0-1 to Jordan. That ball low as he watched it into the catcher's glove. Harden-Jefferson with a run in the first and a run in the second. They've had base runners in every inning. From the stretch, Jordan pops this one high on the infield. The second baseman coming in about midway on the dirt and makes the catch. And that will retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for McLeod. We go to the fifth, a 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, play-by-play man. After 4 innings of action, Hardin-Jefferson leads Game 1 of the best of this season series, leading 2 runs to none, both runs coming in the early innings. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and now moving into the top of the 5th inning, and it should be 2-3-4 for Harden-Jefferson.
Yeah, so the eclipse yesterday, I think the sun now taking a vacation day, as it is nowhere to be seen.
Well, it was kind of on vacation yesterday, at least here. I know you were in Houston. You probably had a different vantage point than we did.
Well, I don't know. I kind of forgot that was going to happen. I'd heard a lot about it, obviously. Everybody did. And I was out and about to get some lunch and saw all these people downtown, and they were out on the street, and they're looking up in the sky. I said, what in the world's going on? What are they looking at? Is Superman flying by? Is there a person on top of the building, maybe climbing the building? Got to the convenience store, and first pitch now to Samoff is hit sharply down to Silva at first, fields it, and steps on the bag for the out of 3 unassisted. And so I pull into the parking lot of this convenience store, and I see some people, and they've got those 3D glasses, or I guess Eclipse glasses. They rebranded, and great marketing move. And so I did get to see it. Here comes with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. The first pitch is away to McLeod. McLeod, a walk and a double. He was the 1-0. This ball sharply almost gets Eccles and out into center field, going down to Aneem Mullinex in center to field that one, and a base hit with 1 away.
Better sign Eccles up for the gymnastics team right there. He almost did a backflip to get out of the way of that ball.
Yeah, those are the ones that you wish you were standing on a trampoline for. So runner at first, 1 away, top of the 5th inning, 2-0 Harden-Jefferson lead. Anyway, so then I heard, look. And, of course, I looked up.
Oh, man, that was a bad move, right?
Not for long. The first pitch is a strike. Snap throw by Sandifer, almost getting McLeod, who had ventured a little far off base. And that's not going to be McLeod. That's going to be the courtesy runner, Roddy. The 0-1. And that pitch low for a ball.
That was a beautiful throw from Sandifer, and a great job from Silva with that turning sweep tag. Almost got it on him.
Activity picking up here at the park. The 1-1. And that one is a beaut on the outside corner.
I wish I could remember the name of the movie, Ross, but Roddy Piper was in a movie, and he put on the glasses, and he could see the monsters. You remember that?
Oh, he had the Eclipse glasses on.
Yes.
Well, that's what they were branded at the time.
Okay, I forget the name of that movie, though. It was a terrible movie.
The 2-1 in the dirt, I would imagine.
But those glasses reminded me of that.
3 balls and a strike in the top of the 5th inning, a 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. They have a runner at first, a courtesy runner for McLeod, Roddy, speaking of. The 3-1. He reaches out, and he is going to send a blooper, and it falls on the fair side of the line. They're going to run for a while. Jordan over into foul territory to field it. Into third is Roddy, and a stand-up double for Herod.
Oh, man, that could not have hit any more perfect on the line to stay fair.
3 inches.
Our official measurer, Richard Ewing, says 3 inches from the line. So runners at second and third, only 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. And this will bring Chasen up. And he looks at the first pitch for a strike. He didn't chase.
The movie was They Live. They Live.
Yeah, for whatever reason, probably like that movie that Willie Mays Hayes was in, not many people saw it, is the 0-1 is across for a strike.
You stop making Major League 2 references right now.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 5th inning, 2-0 Liberty lead. Cade Carter warming in the pen for Liberty again as the 0-2 with runners at second and third on the way. And that went a little high. And it's no balls. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, numbers are fun. Eccles has his sign from the stretch, kicks his leg, and delivers. That pitch falls off outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runners on, 1 out. Infield playing in for Liberty in the top of the 5th inning as they trail Hardin-Jefferson 2-0. Eccles has the sign, comes set, delivers. Strike 3, looking. He freezes. Chasing. And that'll be the second out of the inning. A big second out with runners at second and third.
Well, that was a huge out for the Panthers.
And that brings up Brighton Abney. Abney, right-handed batter, stands right on the plate. And the first pitch is in there for a strike.
You think
right
about the type of pitcher that Eccles is, not really a strikeout guy with the bevy of pitches that he has. Then he gets that big strikeout.
First pitch fouled into the screen. Not first pitch, the 0-1, now 0-2.
No,
Man,
dude,
numbers, I tell you what, I'm blaming it on the eclipse.
You blamed
right?
it on me. I got you flustered talking about that Roddy Piper movie.
Joe with his bad movie reviews. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, nice block by Sandifer. Keeps the runner at third. That is Roddy, the courtesy runner for McLeod.
Well, anyway, I was just thinking that maybe in the back of their mind they thought about giving that last hitter, giving him first to put him into the double play situation. And that strikeout big. The
1-2. Ooh, and that one misses. Sandifer had gotten up, and he was ready to toss that ball, roll that ball to the mound.
Well, he's done that a couple of times. He's selling the third strike, whether it's there or not. I love it.
Now the 2-2. This ball is sent foul down the line in right, but it is going to get over the fence and out of play. Yeah, that one, that was a weird, the way that one, even the batter kind of gave the indication that he thought he was gone. 2 outs, top of the 5th, 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson, runners at second and third. Here comes the pitch. This ball hits sharply, a chopper over to Maraz. Maraz fields it waist high, throws high to first, but he is out. And that will do it. Hardin-Jefferson strands 2 more runners through 4.5. It's 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You were watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 4.5, Hardin-Jefferson 2, your Liberty Panthers 0. And due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it should be Leighton Kirkland, Gage Pavliska, and Peyton Frege.
That is correct.
So you were talking crazy, and now it's got me talking crazy. But what do I know? Not much, if you ask anyone.
So at Liberty Municipal Park, the field the Panthers play on, it's theirs exclusively. A ton of foul territory, so they got to watch out. A soccer match may break out in the foul territory and right and left field.
There's almost enough space out there in the outfield.
Lights are on here at the park as Kirkland stands in. Kirkland bounced out to the second baseman in his first at bat, and he looks at ball one. In right field, against the fence, on the fence, as the 1-0 is in for a strike. The LP logo, and then to the right of it, Liberty, in white letters with gold outline, the 1-1. And that one catches the outside corner for a strike, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. And then in right field, did I say right field? That's in left field is the Liberty. And in right field is the baseball on the wall with a Panther head to the right of it. The word baseball. The 1-2. And he fouls this one up high over the press box. Some of these baseballs and softballs we see fouled off are like heat-seeking missiles, but instead of blowing things up, they just break windshields. The 1-2. Kirkland reaches out. He sends this one softly over to second. The second baseman fields it, throws on to first for the first out of the inning.
Well, Ross, it looks like the Lady Panthers took care of business, and they downed Hardin-Jefferson 13-0.
So the winning streak continues for the Lady Panthers. Gage Pavliska will be the batter. He struck out in his first at bat. Right-handed batter. Swings at the first pitch. That one moving inside and fouls it off. No balls and a strike. Liberty trails Harden-Jefferson 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Harden-Jefferson with a run in the first and a run in the second. The 0-1. Oh, he pulls the string on that one and gets a big rip. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Working for Hardin-Jefferson is McLeod. McLeod already ready to deliver the 0-2. Strike 3. Looking as that one scrapes the bottom of the zone. And that is the second out in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. As Pavliska set down looking. The 4th strikeout for McLeod on the afternoon, and that'll bring up Peyton Freejay. Freejay flew out to center field in his first at bat, that coming in the second inning. The first pitch to Freejay is in tight, and it gets a piece of the catcher,
Gonna rough him
Landry.
up a little bit.
And it's a ball that umpire going to help the catcher a little bit there, and he's going to walk out, take his mask off, and hand deliver the baseball is Landry. He's up on his feet, but bent over at the waist. And
Well, we'll let you use your imagination where he got hit, but fortunately, he got a smile on his face, but that smile masking probably a good bit of pain, Ross.
yeah, he picks up his thing. Now the umpire talking with the infield. They're on the mound. That's something you see a lot, whether it's the umpire getting hit or the catcher. They kind of take care of each other and buy time.
Unless you're Jake Gyllenhaal and Bubble Boy, you're probably not going to get away unscathed if you do that any length of time.
So we're back. From the stretch, the pitch. Across for a strike. And they're going to say strike 2. They called that first one a strike. I never saw an indication. But Freejay back in. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And that will end at a 1-2-3 inning. Through 5, Harden-Jefferson with a 2-0 lead over Liberty. Back in a moment.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 5 innings, Hardin-Jefferson leading this game 2-0 as we head into the top of the 6th inning. Casper Eccles still on the hill for the Liberty Panthers. 24-8 action in this game 1 of 2 this week. They'll be headed to Sour Lake on Friday in a flip-flop action. We talked about it earlier, trying to get ahead of this weather. The field in Sour Lake not playable. I guess they'd taken a little more rain than we'd gotten here, and which is why they had to switch.
Well, that or the eclipse fell out of the sky and created a crater there.
Either way.
Who would have known that there was something called eclipse tourism?
Well, you know, we were watching the live feed that NASA was providing, and as they were going all over the place, every place that they were looking at, all the cities, there were thousands of people that had gathered to watch the eclipse.
Yeah, Tim Kirchin, a longtime baseball writer, had a tweet yesterday, and he compiled an all-lunar team. The all-eclipse team. It was at catcher was Fernando Lunar.
Something NASA related or moon related? Is that what all their names are?
Yeah. The first baseman, Sonny Jim Bottomley. So the first pitch from Eccles misses inside.
You know you got a great job when you have time to come up with that kind of nonsense. And I love Tim Kirchin. He's a great baseball guy.
Jacob Milam, the batter. And he swings at the 1-0 and sends it high and out of play. Yeah, you're going to love the second baseman, Moon Mullen.
That guy had to have played back in the aughts of 1900.
The 1-1. It's in for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Ray Knight is the third baseman. That's a name we're familiar with. The 1-2. This ball is rocketed out into left center field. It gets down. It's against the wall. Mullinex over to play it. Into second with a stand-up double is going to be Milam. And with one away. No outs. I paid attention to the scoreboard here.
Yeah, don't do that.
So a leadoff double. I should have known that.
Well, that is sometimes the price you pay when you live with the knuckleball. Man, you can cause some havoc with the movement on it, but if you get any kind of spin on it at all and hang it even a little bit, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, we're going to have a pitching change here as Cade Carter is going to come in. We'll stay with you here in this pitching change. And a really good outing for Eccles, giving up 2 runs.
Yeah,
but
really nice.
You know, when you look back at the first inning, the first 3 batters reached. And you had the bases loaded with nobody out, and they only ended up getting 1 run. And that came on the steal of home plate. I did not have that one on my card today.
No, and now this is going to be our first look at Cade Carter. We've seen him in the bullpen a couple of times, but never entered the game. In fact, today was our first look at Casper Eccles.
Yeah, we had seen him in the bullpen quite a bit.
I think we've only ever seen
Pavliska
and Davila.
Yeah.
And we haven't been here we haven't done a Tuesday game yet, so we wouldn't
No,
have seen
I
that.
did a Tuesday game. I don't remember who
you
started
did
that game in Sugarland.
That's right.
But yeah, so picking back up on the all-lunar team, or all-eclipse team.
While you're doing that, one of the things that I had not done is give a big shout out to this class of 2024, Ross. I believe they had senior night. Coach Higg, did they have senior night already? Oh, they had. When are they having senior night? Next week? Okay, maybe they're having senior night next week, and I don't know that we'll be here for that game, but class of 2024, Ethan Hoffmeister, Cade Jordan, Caden Mullinex, Grady Silva, Gage Pavliska, Peyton Frege, and a number of them have signed to play some baseball at the next level. And, in fact, on May 1st, they're going to have their signing, and I think we're probably going to stream that.
I saw a post from Bruce George yesterday about that. But as Jordan gets his warm-up tosses in to finish up this all-eclipse team, the shortstop Alvin Dark.
Well, they're stretching for some of them.
Yeah, outfielders are Jorge Soler, Wally Moon, and Sky Bolt.
Okay.
The pitchers, Sun Woo Kim and Ken Cloud. Tim Kirchin's all-eclipse team.
Oh, Tim Kirchin.
I don't know if he had glasses either.
Well, maybe. If you've never had a chance to listen to that guy, man, he's forgotten more baseball than I'll probably ever know in a lifetime.
Spent a long time in Baltimore early in his career. He's been well respected in the game, and I don't think there's another sports writer with as much enthusiasm as he has when you hear him tell a story.
Well, Ross, we did something cool this last week, right? We were able to go catch an Astros game.
Yeah, and it was one of those rare early season Astros games in which the bullpen, when they brought in a new pitcher, he'd come out with his kerosene can and put it next to the rosin bag. Here is the first pitch from Carter. It's across for a strike, a 2-0 Harden-Jefferson lead in the top of the 6th inning. The batter with a runner at second is Landry. Open batting stance, and the 0-1 drops in for a strike.
Yeah, Astros able to catch a split with the Rangers, and now opening up with the Royals tonight, and then they'll be back home for a little bit of a homestand with the Rangers again. Braves.
The 0-2 to Landry. Swing and a miss as he takes something off of that one, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. Lead-off double from Milam. He's at second base.
Nice sequence from Carter right there.
First batter he faces, gets the strikeout on a swing and miss. Anyway, yeah, the bullpen for the Astros struggling out of the gate.
Oh, here we go. We've got somebody helping me out. Jason K. let me know senior night is on April 29th. Thanks, Jason.
The first pitch. Outside for a ball. Sanford tries to frame it up there, but doesn't, as the drizzling now. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Liberty trails Hardin-Jefferson 2-0. Runner at second. And time called by the umpire. Jackson Youngblood is the batter with one away. 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. Runner at second. Checks the runner at second and delivers the 1-0. It's in for a strike. Yeah, it's been threatening for a little while, the drizzle, and now finally starting to fall. And now picking up, and this ball is going to be popped. Hoffmeister out onto the outfield grass, makes the catch, checks the runner at second who dives back in safely. And there are two away in the top of the 6th inning, a 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead as the rain picks up.
Ross, you know, we've covered the Lady Panther softball team for so long that we've not been able to get over here and do a bunch of baseball games. Man, I love Ethan Hoffmeister. That kid is something else at second base. Great defensive play.
So with two out, runner at second, 2-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead, top of the 6th. The batter is going to be Gunnar Statler. Looks at ball one. Statler a walk, a single, and he flew out to Mullinex in center in his last at-bat, that coming in the 4th inning. Stadler stole home plate. And the 1-0 is across for a strike. And he stole home, not home plate.
He just picked it up and ran into the dugout. We don't know what he was doing.
I'm not accusing him of larceny. I mean, I guess it was. Here's the 1-1. Blocked by Sandifer. Gets away, kicks away to his right. Quick recovery. Throw over to third. Getting in safely is going to be Milam. And that one just kicking off his shin guard. Not much he could do, but recovered very quickly on it. The 2-1. And this one is tapped out in front of the plate, foul.
Well, Ross, right now the Panthers clinging to a playoff position right now in third place, 4-4 in district, and they're closing out the season with this series. And then Huffman.
Tough way to finish the season.
Both teams in first and second, respectively, I believe.
2-2. And this one is a high chop. Kirkland playing back, has to come in quickly. Runner scores, throw to first not in time, and not a real good opportunity there for Kirkland as he was playing back behind the bag at third, and that one was chopped softly.
No, Kirkland did a great job charging that ball. Unfortunately, it was such a bouncer and slow bouncer, not able to get there in time. Not to mention that kid's fast.
3-0 Hardin-Jefferson, top of the sixth. It is 2 outs. Left-handed batter Samoff. Runner goes. This ball inside and low. Sandifer with a quick throw down to first. Sliding in safely head first is the runner Statler. And I tell you what, the pop on that was pretty quick. That ball was left-handed batter.
Well, that's the problem. When, you got a left-handed hitter with the right-handed catcher. Hard to get out of there.
He popped up with that throw and put it right on the money. Here is the 1-0. Blocked. This one gets off. Sandifer going into third is going to be Samoff.
See, now here's what I might do if I were Cody.
Excuse me, that's Statler.
And have a little chat with my pitcher. Pressing just a little bit right there.
Samoff with yellow batting gloves and red wrist tape that comes out from the bottom of the glove. The 2-0. Sliced foul. And it's going to be a casualty as it takes a piece of a car.
Oh, man.
And it's 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs, 3-0. Runner at third. Here is the 2-1. Almost hits him, gets away from Sandifer, is going to go to the backstop. Here comes Statler. He scores standing. And it is now 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson in the top of the 6th inning with 2 away, now nobody on base. And the home plate umpire now walking over to the Liberty dugout. And we're not sure exactly what he needs. So he's talking to Dustin Niles. Wesley Kutash comes over. It's 4-0. Oh, he needs some new baseballs.
Just having a casual chat about where they're going to go after the game, Ross. Is it a Chili's kind of night, or are they going to go to Jack's? Who knows?
Landry at the plate. 2 runs are in this inning. It's a 4-0 lead in the top of the 6th. Cade Carter works at the 3-1. And that one is outside for a ball and a walk with 2 outs. Harden-Jefferson, coming into this inning, had stranded a small village on the base paths. 7 stranded. Before scoring the 2 runs in this inning, they have a run in the first and a run in the second. They've had base runners in all but the second inning. Well, no, they've had base runners there. They've left base runners. Runner goes. This ball gets by Mares out into center field, but Mullenix there to back him up. And going in safely is Samoff back into scoring position for Harden-Jefferson. Yeah, they've left runners on base in every inning except the second inning. 2 outs, top of the 6th, 2 runs in, 4-0 Harden-Jefferson. Carter checks the runner at second, dancing off. The throw in the dirt. Nice block by Sandifer. Do you remember back in the day the moon shoes that they used to advertise?
Yes.
And they were like rubber bands on big plastic. Looks like that's what he's wearing out at second base as he's jumping around. The 2-0 fouled off, out of play on the right side.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
he's stretch back a few years in the old memory banks for that.
Yeah, I just remember it's always advertised on Nickelodeon. I was a big kid then, too, and always worried that I'd pop the rubber band.
Look, Ross, I didn't have Nickelodeon money when I was little, man.
I just meant it didn't really appeal to me. I was afraid it was an injury waiting to happen for me. Runner at second. Carter checks the runner at second and comes home with the 2-1. Big rip as he tried to put an uppercut swing on it. Came up empty and evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. 2 runs are in. 1 on at second. The 2-2 in the dirt. Nice block by Sandifer. Smothers it, gets out in front of it.
Ross, we had metal coat hanger with tinfoil wrapped around it money for our TV. That's where we were at.
I mean, they were probably also advertised on any channel that would be kids programming.
I'll give you that one.
Carter checks the runner, dancing off second. Comes home with the 3-2 pitch. This ball hit a chopper to Hoffmeister at second. Fields it. Turns his shoulders, throws the first for the out. Harden-Jefferson will leave a runner, but they push 2 across through 5.5. It is 4-0. Hardin-Jefferson.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing, and after 5.5, Hardin-Jefferson extending their lead by 2, 4 runs to none, moving into the bottom of the 6th inning. And I lost where we are in the lineup, Ross. Where are we at? Should be 8-9-1. Is that where we are?
That's what I have. It doesn't mean it's right.
Well, you're correct quite a bit, even though I give you a hard time. You are correct quite a bit.
Hardin-Jefferson with a run in the first, a run in the second, and then they've put 2 up in their half of the 6th inning. Liberty clinging to a playoff position, and really would be great to go ahead and pick up pick up a win here. Puts them in a much better position. Joe, you said they're in 3rd place coming into today, but 2 games with Hardin-Jefferson. This is the first one. Second one will be Friday, and then next week is Hampshire-Fannett.
No, I think Huffman.
Huffman, that's it. I knew it started with an H, but I have lots of choices in the district.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause the testing.
Oh, next week is a bye week.
Yeah.
Coach Higg letting me know about the bye week. Cody Sandifer leads it on for Liberty. Right-handed batter. First pitch, he's swinging. Elevates this one into shallow center field. The center fielder, Youngblood, comes on, catches it just below the waist for the first out of the inning. So Frankie Mares will come up. Nobody on. 1 away. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. Mares, first pitch is a ball. Caden Mullinex on deck for Liberty. McLeod been sitting in a rocking chair today. The 1-0 tipped foul. Evans counted a ball and a strike as Mullinex comes to the backstop from the on-deck circle to retrieve that one, and he's going to wear himself out there. The 1-1. And a bunt attempt there by Mares, fouled off. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Joe, did you do the, when you were in school, did they do the, like the class favorites? Like, most likely to succeed, friendliest?
Yes, they did. That was some time ago. Yeah, we did that.
Did you get voted in any?
I don't think I got anything. I was the band beau my senior year.
Okay.
That's about all I
good.
got. Yeah.
That pitch. So ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 4-0 Liberty lead. The pitch This ball is chopped deep in the hole. It's short, backhanded by the shortstop on to first. Just in time, says the the first base umpire. And that will be the second out. Wesley Kutosh is going to come across the third base line.
Oh, man, that was a heck of a throw from the shortstop, Sattler.
I tell you what, he has an impressive arm and very good range. And head coach Wesley Kutosh now crossing the mound, and he's going to want to have a discussion with the first base umpire here. Is that one?
I'll be honest with you. It looked like he got him, but it was close. Although not as close as that other play that we saw in the, was it 2 innings ago?
Yeah.
Was it Hoffmeister?
Hoffmeister. Yeah. It's similar thing, hit deep in the hole. It's short, and Sattler showing great range. So you were Banbo, you said?
Banbo.
Your senior year.
Senior year, that's right.
Yeah, I was voted most likely to go to prison my senior year.
Well,
or was it? I can't remember if it was that or friendliest. I don't know. One of the two.
For some white-collar crime, it had to have been. Most likely to commit an accounting error.
Mullinex takes a big rip at the first pitch he sees, and it's no balls and a strike. The left-handed Mullinex dropped down a bunt in the first inning, but a great play by the pitcher McLeod. And a pick by the first baseman Herod as the 0-1 misses low. It may not have been that one. It may have been friendliest. I can't remember. They all are pretty similar. The 1-1.
I always thought
foul over the screen.
Anyone was going to get their own show on the True Crime Network, it was going to be you.
Oh, it was?
It was going to be you. One of those, what is that, Michael Douglas, where you snap. What's the name of that movie?
Oh, Falling Down.
Falling Down, there you go. One of those falling down situations, yeah.
Yeah, he was having a bad day.
That was an exceptionally bad day.
Mullinex steps out, down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes, 2 away. In the bottom of the 6th inning, a 4-0 Liberty lead. Nobody aboard. McLeod delivers the 1-2. Sliced foul. And that one's going to go into the screen, the batting cages along the left field line.
Is it still misting outside? I can't tell. The screen in front of me is really throwing me off.
Yeah, I kind of see it. The umbrellas are still out. The 1-2. Hit sharply. Down to a knee is the shortstop Statler. Statler rifles a throw to first in the dirt, picked by Herod, and that will do it. And another great play by Sattler. Yeah, I can't get his name right. That'll do it for the 6th. We go to the 7th inning, a 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 6 innings of play, the Liberty Panthers trailing the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks 4-0, 24A action. And both teams looking to go to the playoffs right now. Hardin-Jefferson, I believe, 6-0, and there may be some unreported games on their schedule, but I don't think they've lost any district games. And then between them and Huffman, they are either first or second place. Liberty hanging on to third as of right now, but that probably will change if they do not come back and win this game. And then that will make the last couple of games a whirlwind of activity as they scrape and claw their way. And to be honest with you, Ross, I feel like they're much further ahead than we kind of gave them credit for early on to even be in a playoff position this late in the season.
Well, there you are talking for me again. I knew they were going to be good from the start.
Okay, well, I'll give you that.
Throwing me under the bus for something I didn't say.
Well, it was on your private Instagram account.
I have a private Instagram account?
Apparently you do. That's the only way I'm going to save face.
Well, it must be very private. Here is the first pitch. It's a ball because I don't know about it.
Well, I mean, I don't know how it could be any more private if you don't know about it. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
private.
true. 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson, top of the 7th inning, and the 1-0 fouled, tipped foul. And this is Harrod. Speaking of Harrod, the first baseman for Hardin-Jefferson, he's been busy and he has made some fantastic picks on throws today to first base that have 1-1 is across for a strike, a ball and 2 strikes that have prevented potential base runners on low throws. 1-2. Swing and a miss. That one falling out in front of the plate. Dropped by Sandiford, who quickly recovers. Throws on to first for the out to complete the strikeout. It'll be a strikeout swinging and a 2-3 put out for the first out of the inning.
Well, I'm glad you know what that is because, to be honest with you, there was a situation where Cody threw down to the shortstop and got the runner, and you were fighting for your life figuring out how to score that.
No, it was a single and a 2-6 put out.
Well, from where I'm sitting, it was fighting for your life. Strike one. I thought he swung at that. Okay. Guess we're going to give him a ball on that.
1-0 yanked outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead, top of the 7th inning on a cloudy and misty day. The sun in the witness protection program today. This ball blocked nice as Sandiford goes down to an E. It's hard being the sun, Joe.
It is very hard.
Brings a great story back years ago. Major League Baseball, really, it was the league offices at the time, were imploring umpires to run more. You know, to run out in the outfield and call fly balls as this catches the inside corner at the knees. And, when a fly ball was hit, get out, hustle more. The problem is if you're moving, it's hard to really see, and that popped its head up. But there was an argument, is that pitch in the dirt? There was an umpire working third base, a one-out base runner in a 4-0 game in the top of the 7th, and there was a play out in left field, and he called it. And the opposing manager runs out as Dustin Niles is going to run out to talk to his pitcher, Cade Carter, with one away in the top of the 7th inning, a 4-0 lead. And the manager comes out. He had called him safe. He said he didn't make the catch. And the manager asked him, says, well, that's terrible. How did you see that? You were all the way, on the infield. He says, well, I could see the sun, and it's even further away.
That sounds like some Angel Hernandez nonsense.
No, it's I think it was Ken Kaiser, former Major League umpire. So with the runner at first, a 4-0 Liberty lead. Dustin Niles making his way back to the dugout. 4-0. See, there's a mistake. I'm wishful thinking there. 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead in the top of the 6th, 1 out. Runner at first. Carter gives a look over to first from the stretch, set at the belt, delivers. Runner goes. Sandiford pops up, throws right on the bag. Out as he tags. Mares slaps the tag, and a great throw by Sandiford.
That was a really nice throw from Sandiford, and a great job from Mares getting over there to cover the bag. And all he had to do was put his glove out there.
So that was a strike. Ball and a strike. 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Liberty trails Hardin-Jefferson 4-0. The pitch just misses. So we have a strikeout. And that was Harrod. And Chasen reached. And then was cut down by Sandiford for the second out of the inning, and a 3-1 count to Abney. And this ball in the dirt, and it is ball 4 And a runner at first base with a 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead, top of the 7th inning. Okay, so I've lost count in my book here.
Don't do that, Ross.
Yeah. Chasing my mind. Chasing cut down 2 to 6. And the batter, Abney. Right-handed batter with a runner at first. Black batting gloves. Takes a big rip and taps this one foul. Sandifer chasing after it, but going foul as some of the Lady Panther softball team getting back from Harden-Jefferson. Just saw them running up.
I will say they do a really good job of supporting one another.
They do. No ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. 4-0 Liberty lead. Runner at first. Jordan looks over at first base, being held on by Silva. He's set at the belt and delivers the 0-1. Runner goes. Sandifer up. And this throw bounces. Mares can't get it. Goes out into center field. Mullinex comes up throwing. Runner into third. It's overthrown. This ball is going to get off the front of the Liberty dugout. Holding at third base is the runner, as Carter backing that one up. Got it up in time.
Well, Ross, this just in, perhaps that hit that you gave earlier to Liberty may not have been a hit. It might have been an error, and so they might be in the middle of a no-hitter.
Okay, so there was one definitely I had a question about, and I was kind of generous in giving a hit. I was thinking it was probably an error, and I'll take that in between innings here and go, here's the 1-1. Foul as he fights that one off in on the hands. Hayden Landry, the runner at third base. The 1-1. Smashed foul. And off the hand, an error there on the head coach for Harden-Jefferson as he went down. Should have fielded ball. That was a playable ball.
Want to thank our mystery caller calling in to Coach Higg. He came over here and let me know. I love that. It's coming in hot from the stands.
1-2, and that slides inside. Strike 3 called as Sandifer frames that one up, and that will do it in the top of the 7th inning. Harden-Jefferson leaves one. They score none. It's 4-0, bottom of the 7th inning.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther Baseball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing here at Liberty City Park as the Liberty Panthers hosting the visiting Hardin-Jefferson Hawks in 24A action. Moving to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it was brought to our attention that perhaps the Liberty Panthers are being no-hit. We'd given credit earlier in the game to a hit, and it may have been scored as an error, Ross.
Yeah, I have changed that. That was one of those where I was a little conflicted on, and I erred on the side of the hitter. But so Harden-Jefferson and McLeod, the pitcher who started and is out for his 7th inning of work, has hung zeros across the scoreboard in every column. And Ethan Hoffmeister, there are a couple of close calls at first base. Hoffmeister being one of them. And the first pitch to Hoffmeister is across for a strike.
See, that makes more sense now why that Coach Kutosh would come all the way across the diamond to get an explanation about that play.
McLeod delivers. It's a strike as that one is in the bottom of the zone.
Well, they say a loss is a loss, but sometimes a loss isn't a loss, especially if it's a no-hit loss.
Looks like there's a lot of activity over at the T-ball fields. And Hoffmeister rips this one into center field. The center fielder dives for it and comes up with it. And Hoffmeister snake bitten. He's hit the ball hard on his at-bats. And that was a spectacular catch as he had to come in on that in center.
Youngblood coming across to his right, man. And I was just about to say, looks like Hoffmeister broke up the no-no, and he dives and gets that. Man, what a great play.
He hit it hard, but Youngblood there. Some very sparkling defensive play for Harden-Jefferson in this one. And now 1 out, a 4-0 Liberty deficit. And the first pitch is high to Silva. Silva reached on an error in the first and bounced out to third in the fourth. The 1-0. And that one catches the corner on the outside. And a ball and a strike, one away. Liberty trails Hardin-Jefferson 4-0. Silva the batter. Nobody aboard. The 1-1. That one slides off the edge a little too far. And the leverage pitch goes the batter's way. And it's 2 balls and a strike. The rain now picking up. The 2-1. That one misses high. 3 balls and a strike to Silva. Liberty with a 4-0 deficit. In the bottom of the 7th inning. Currently sitting 3rd in district and hardest part of their schedule coming up. The 3-1. Silva lifts this one, but playable into right. The right fielder keeps going back. It's off his glove as he falls down. It's going to get off the wall. Silva pulls up into second base with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning as the throw comes in a little wild, but it is caught.
It's a hit.
And that will be a double for Silva as the right fielder Abney was playing shallow, and that ball continued to carry. It was playable, but it would have been an ordinary right fielder would not have made that play.
Come on, man, you got this.
And so with 1 out and a 4-0 Harden-Jefferson lead, Cade Jordan will come up, the wind blowing southwest. The first pitch to Jordan. Jordan freezes on that one, and it's a strike. Little twitch there right as that pitch was coming in. Runner at second, Silva. A double. The first hit for Liberty. The 0-1. Swing and a miss as that one gets in on the hands, and it's no balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th inning. 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead.
Come on, man, you got
Runner at
this.
second, Silva got the first Liberty hit, an extra base hit. McLeod from the stretch delivers. Jordan reaches down. He sends this one down the line and left, and it is a foul.
Oh, man, that was just a nice swing, and it just curved just a wee bit.
And that one, I thought for a minute was going to stay fair as he pulled that one down the line and left. But a foul ball and no ball, 2 strike count, 1 away. Bottom of the 7th inning, a 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. Rudder at second, Silva. Kirkland is on deck. McLeod checks Silva at second and comes home with the 0-2. And that one is fouled off. As that one was moving hard in on him. Maybe got the knob of the bat. No balls, 2 strikes to Jordan. Jordan with Silva at second. McLeod comes with the 0-2. This ball is lined into shallow right center field. It gets down. A collision between the right fielder and center fielder. It's picked up, and Silva, who goes to third, danced a little off third. The rain now really coming down. And so Liberty will have runners at the corners and one out. Slow to get up is the right fielder, Abney. The umbrellas, those who have brought umbrellas, have them out on both sides. So runners at the corners on a bloop single, a bloop liner, really. I mean, if you can say that. That was a climbing line. McLeod delivers that pitch on the outside corner, and the throwback from Landry caused McLeod to jump up to get it. McLeod with runners on the corners, a 4-0 lead. The 0-1 fouled into the screen. Kirkland down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, a 4-0 Hardin-Jefferson lead. Hardin-Jefferson with a run in the first, a run in the second, and then they put 2 more up in the 6th inning. McLeod started the game, delivers the 0-2. Ooh, and umpire says a ball. And I thought it was a ball initially, but then I thought I saw him twitch to ring him up. Kirkland, right-handed batter, stands back in the box. The 1-2, runner goes to second. Throw from Landry down, not in time, gets away. Silva is going to come in to score. Jordan stays on second. The pitch was a ball, and Liberty puts a run across the board with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. They now trail Hardin-Jefferson 4-1. And a throw by Landry, skipping through to the outfield. He'll come out and talk to McLeod. McLeod, who had been sailing in this game, had not given up a hit until Silva doubled to right field. Runner at second, Jordan. Silva scoring. It's a 4-1 Hardin-Jefferson lead. McLeod rests his glove on his leg, looks in for the sign, brings the ball to the glove. Checks Jordan at second. Time is called.
Well, we're going to really get into the intricacies of pitching here with this wetness coming down. It'll make it really hard for the pitcher to get the correct grip.
2-2 to Kirkland. On the way, Kirkland lines this one into center. It gets down in front of the center fielder, takes a hop over the center fielder. Coming in to score is Jordan. The center fielder's just now getting back to the wall to get it. Coming around third is Kirkland. Here comes the throw. Kirkland head first, gets away from the dugout, off the front of the dugout. And he'll stay at third base.
Way to go, Land! Better hustle, 9.
And that'll be a single and an error on the center fielder.
Well, I don't know what you're going to score that. I guess that's what you're going to score it. But if you had Leighton Kirkland legging out a triple, in my heart, that was a triple. That was on my 2024 bingo card.
So all of a sudden, with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning, Liberty a 4-2 deficit. It was 4-0 to start the inning.
Well, every time we come to a game, it seems like they're going to extra innings, and here we are in the bottom of the 7th. And McLeod comes into the inning with a no-hitter, and now they are 2 runs down with only 1 out.
Yeah, there is 1 out. Runner at third, Kirkland, who reached on a single and then an error on the center fielder as the rain continues to fall at Liberty Municipal Park.
And that's just so wild. It bounced in front of him. That should have been a routine play, and that just took a big bounce.
Well, it looked almost like a racket ball hitting cement when it got down in front of him. 4-2, Hardin-Jefferson. Runner at third for Liberty in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch, and that one buzzes Pavliska, who ducks down.
You got this one, boy.
And it's a ball and no strikes. Runner at third, Kirkland. The 1-0. In there for a strike.
Well, that sounded personal, Ross. That was a little passive-aggressive. Come on, man. Chill out, guy.
The 1-1 to Pavliska. Pavliska lifts this one into right field. The right fielder giving chase, crosses the foul line, makes the catch in foul territory. Staying at third is Kirkland, and that is the second out of the inning as Abney over there quickly and gets it in. Kirkland remains at third.
That was the right call. Kirkland did the right thing right there.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one. That one not hit particularly deep. Two away now. The Panthers down to their final out. Peyton Freejay stands in. He represents the potential tying run. McLeod winds and delivers. This pitch catches the bottom of the zone on the outside, I guess. Rain picks up. Freejay, the right-handed batter, stands up on the plate. Runner at third, Kirkland, the 0-1. And he starts to swing. The home plate umpire says he went around as that pitch was high. And Liberty down to their final strike. Runner at third, Kirkland. Freejay stands in. He is ready for the 0-2. It's on the way. Ball outside and low.
Did you call that a schmall?
Well, at first I thought I heard the umpire say strike. He was going to say strike.
We're going to register that. That's trademarked, schmall.
A ball and 2 strikes to Freejay. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and McLeod will end this one. Liberty drops it 4-2 as they started a comeback there on a very exciting bottom of the 7th inning, but at the end, your unhappy final, Liberty 4, Hardin-Jefferson 4, Liberty 2, and Joe, the loss is not good, but I keep going back to that first inning. This thing could have gotten out of control in the first inning when the first 3 batters for Hardin-Jefferson reached.
For sure. They could have been in no position at all here in the bottom, but they gave themselves a chance. Interested to see what they're going to do on the road on Friday. Speaking of Friday, we will be back in action. We will be at First Liberty Bank Field for a 5:30 p.m. start for the Lady Panthers softball team. That will be senior night where they're hosting West Fork.
All righty. Well, Joe, again, your unhappy final at Liberty Municipal Park. Hardin-Jefferson 4, Liberty 2. For Joe Roberts, Richard Ewing, and the cast of characters that are not here today, we are the cast of characters. I'm Ross Norwood. We'll talk to you Friday. Have a good evening.